think we're somewhat ready here. Okay, so we're picking up where we left off Monday with laying in our background color. We are working on episode 10 from season 3 of The Joy of Painting from Bob Ross. There is the link to the tutorial in full for anyone that wants to check that out. Sorry, it looked like autofocus turned back on. No, okay, we're good. I keep setting the camera up and every time I shut down, it resets everything. I don't know why. When we get back, we might have to see about replacing that cable so I can get into the actual camera software, because I'm wondering if that's where the problem is. And the camera hub stuff is overriding everything. Because it's kind of getting annoying to having to keep fixing that. Alrighty. So it is Sunday, it is art day. We are working on blocking in our background color. We made some decent progress last week. Especially considering I was fighting a headache at the time. Okay. And I found another shade of orange in my yarn bucket that I had not fluffed yet. That's part of the new ones, and I'm like, oh, this one might end up getting added in. We will see though. We'll see. I'll have to compare everybody once I get them fluffed, which is probably going to be a few more days out before I have the opportunity to get to that one yet. And still swapping yarn over to the new holding bags and adding to the new holding bags just to kind of top them off, especially with the colors that were low. And I'm trying to see how much yarn I can cram into the new bucket I got. I might not be able to get all of it in there, unfortunately, but I can at least get all of the or most of the bigger balls in there. So we're just using a small gauge needle. Don't know what the actual number is on it. I don't think it came with numbers on these needles, it just said small. I know some people use the multi-needle handles. I actually don't like them. They make my arm pretty tired, so we're just gonna go with the single one. Single one gets the job done. Good enough. Still have no idea where my glasses are. All I know is that they supposedly left California. No idea. No updated delivery window, nothing. So I have no idea when they're gonna show up. They just seem to have entered a dark void somewhere. Somewhere. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. So this is just some of the red that got embedded in the pad. You can try to pull that out with your fingers if you really, really want to. You can also take a razor, which is what the people that made this pad suggested, and just kind of scrape it. It doesn't do too bad. Like, it gets some of it. Like, it gets enough to clean it up a bit. Like, good enough just to keep it from getting too built up in there. Which is all I could really ask for. Alright, now grab our next bit of fluff and stuff here. If you're having trouble getting your fluff to cooperate, you can get a little bit of water, and I do mean a little bit. Just a couple of drops on your fingers or your hand, and give you enough friction to kind of get that to behave a bit. This is just how I do it. I know some people just like to take big sheets of it and plop it in there. I just find that this works best for me. Okay. So we are starting out using acrylic yarn from Big Twist. Their value line, and this is the color Wine, and they've started adding the dates on when this one was made, I think. Yeah, this one was manufactured 8 of 2023. Or this lot group, I guess. Which is kind of interesting because they didn't have that date on there before, because I have some older skeins of this, and it's just the color and like the UPC number and stuff. And like the lot number, the manufacture date is not there, like it is on some of these, which I find kind of fascinating. Alright, so this isn't a very quick medium for me. I do like to take my time with it. So I do apologize if anybody was looking for like super fast one and done. These usually take us a couple of weeks to work on. This one especially, because we're gonna be away from stream for a couple of weeks, so we will be unavailable Thursday the 25th through, well, technically Wednesday, but we don't stream on Wednesday. And we don't normally stream on Tuesday, but we might do a bonus stream Tuesday just for something to do. So I guess technically starting Tuesday, we've got nothing really scheduled. And availability will be sporadic from Tuesday through Thursday, and then fully unavailable like Thursday through oh gosh, I'm not sure when we're getting back. Probably like close to 2 weeks that we're going to be unavailable, because I think we'll be getting back in between stream schedules, so but if anybody does need to get a hold of me for any reason, there's a couple of people that know how to. Like, the husband's still gonna have access to his Discord, so anybody really has a major need to get a hold of me, they can get a hold of me through his Discord, or through him on Discord. I would have my Discord, but my Kindle's like, nope. We don't know that. I've tried a couple different ways and it's just like, no, no, no. Not really sure why it won't, but that's okay. Hi, Momo. What's up? You have to go potty? What's up, my guy? I thought I heard you back there.
Momo tappy feet?
Dad, take you potty?
Momo tappy feet?
We're turning around.
Hi, Momo tappy feet.
Like, I thought I heard him get up. Try to turn my pad every so often just so we can kind of get some more even wear there. They've got us under a winter storm warning.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. It's not really that cold right now, according to Windows. Windows has it a bit warmer. The one screen looks darker than the other, which is why I keep kind of ducking around. I'm like, why? I think it's the angle I'm looking at it. So this is just our base background color. So Bob had a black canvas, right? For this one, and then he added alizarin crimson over it. Well, paint works a little bit differently than fiber, so I kind of have to go with like a darker reddish color to kind of work around that. Boom!
Sorry.
Sorry, the door hit my desk, you guys.
Oh, shit. Holy fuck, it's got cold out there.
Has it? Because Windows has got it not that cold.
What's Windows saying? Because
32.
Okay, then there's a hell of a wind chill going on, but yeah. Reminder,
Local news says 29 with a wind chill of 19.
That sounds more like it.
Let's see here. Everything's still pretty much in Oklahoma. Like, far western Oklahoma, like along the Texas border. They were originally saying after midnight, but now they're saying Sunday evening, and I'm like, what time are you all considering Sunday evening? Because what I consider evening is like 6-ish, 6 to 7. Something like that. And looking at where that is on the radar, I don't think that's going to get here by then. Unless it's going to fill in. I guess we will see how things go. All right. Oh, right. I need to hold on one second. I forgot. I need to charge my flashlight. Just a minute. How does this go? Okay. Alright, so we'll put that on to charge. Okay. Oh. Make sure you remember to lift up every so often so you don't become too attached to your mat, especially if you're using like one of the wool or felt needle felting mats, like not the foam pieces. Foam's probably going to be a little bit easier to pull up on, so you could probably wait till the end. Probably. Okay. And we did get started a little bit early today. But that's okay, because we've got quite a lot of ground to cover here. And kind of figured might as well start early. Because if I don't start early, I'm just going to be sitting here transferring fluff to bags anyway, so you know. What the hell? So I do try to overlap my bits of fluff here a little bit, just so it's not quite as in your face where the chunks kind of merge and overlap, so we don't have any weird gaps and stuff. Or at least that's the idea. And I do occasionally just kind of brush down the back a little bit. I do find that it helps everybody lay a little bit flatter. Now, I don't know if we'll need to fluff more of this color before the end of this project. We probably will, most likely. If we're gonna be perfectly honest here. Okay. And then, you know, as we move along, we'll check for any weird splits or thin spots or gaps. See if we need to fill those in now before we get too far ahead. So I was kind of just going like straight across, like typewritering it, but then I got kind of bored, so we got a couple rows straight across. I'm like, that should kind of set us up to be a little bit even for the way the fluff is gonna pull and stuff, so then I was like, meh, and then I just kind of started working top to bottom there. Now today is trash night for us. We'll see if they pick up trash in the morning. Meow. Little says hello. She's been kind of chatty today. Okay. Just gonna brush that down a bit. So I mean, we're making progress. It's slow progress, but we're definitely making it. I mean, it does take a little bit of time to get through, for me. That section right in there still wants to be kind of thin. Remember last week we were fighting with this line in here. I think I might have to add one more piece over that bit there. Just to kind of see if we can get that to behave as best as we can. Okay, so I hope everybody's having a good Sunday. Oh goodness, hold on. Oh, what am I stuck on? Okay, that's what I'm stuck on. Oh, I'm just hitting everything here. We're just hitting everything. Alright. Oh, CoffeeBot has joined us. Stream Elements has joined us. Moobot has joined us. The bots have assembled. The bots are all here. Not sure if this is a good thing or not. Moobot! Moobot only gets to join us every so often. Moobot only comes out of the shadows when chat is chatty. Or if someone displeases the Moobot. Okay, I've got a small thin spot right there. Pretty small. Definitely need a taller chair though. This desk is taller. I definitely feel it in my shoulders when we're working on stuff. So we're gonna have to measure the tallest point on this chair and try to get something that's gonna be a little bit taller than that. Doesn't have to be hugely taller, just a little bit. Like almost a half and not really half an inch, like just a little tiny bit. I feel like I am way too low. Or at least something that can extend up high enough for when I'm doing art, and then I can drop it back down lower when we're not doing art, but my keyboard tray is on the other side of my desk. Let me lose a slipper here. Let me see if I can sit this way. Actually, I think I need to lose my sweater here. The weight of that is bothering me today. Oddly enough, it's one of those days. Oh my goodness! What's the matter? Why are you mowing? Oh, can you move the sewing kit? They can't sit on the bucket. And look out the window. Is that what's displeased you, ma'am?
No, she's just being a cat.
Oh, well, I don't know what to do for that. I don't think we have anything we can do to help you with that. I think you're gonna have to figure that out on your own, ma'am. Okay. So we're doing pretty good for the time. Husband's here too. Okay. Alright, that's... yeah, we do have a teeny spot that I thought was there. Thought I was kind of imagining it though, but nope, it's there. So right about there. Just where it overlapped a bit strangely. But now I think I'm gonna have another little spot. Yep. Sometimes it happens. Not a huge deal, just grab another bit of fluff and pop it over. Now I could just leave it be, because we do have other colors coming in over top of this, but I can't guarantee that the other colors are going to land in that particular spot. And as I'm putting other colors over top of that, it could make it a bit more obvious, which, you know, we don't want that. Nope, that spot is still being stubborn. Okay. Alright then. Well, if you're gonna be stubborn, so you don't, it's like right there. Like I wasn't really seeing it unless I bent the fluff. So I might be going a little bit to extremes there, but it's gonna bother me because I thought I was seeing it. When the light was hitting it just so. And I'm gonna be mad if I don't fix it now and it becomes a problem later. Because as we add more layers, the fluff's gonna get pulled in different directions and stuff, so. Like I said, it's just easier to deal with it now. Oh, did I don't think no, I did. Okay. Okay. just kind of brush all that down. Okay. You know what? Let's go this way. And we'll get this bit just kind of tucked into here. And we'll see how we do. Okay. Grab a bit more fluff here. And we'll just keep on fluffing. Someone knocked, and the husband went to go check it out, and he hasn't come back yet. So I'm not sure what's going on. What's wrong?
My mother has requested a flashlight in case power goes out.
We don't have an extra one.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go grab one at Harps, assuming they have them.
I don't know if they have them. You might have to go to Ace.
I might. In fact, I might start at Ace.
She doesn't have a flashlight?
No. Yeah, she had flashlights throughout the years, but they're all old and they've been sitting in the corner, and I just pulled one out and it doesn't work, and it uses that big chunk battery that no one makes anymore.
No, I'm just surprised they don't have a flashlight when they travel in the RV. You would think that would be something...
She had one, but I saw it and it was shit.
It just seems like that's something that you would invest in.
And like keep, if I find a better one, I might give her my rechargeable and keep it. So.
It just seems like that's something that you would definitely have with you if you're traveling in an RV. In case, you know, you break down in the dark or you're trying to set up in the dark, you would have like a good headlamp or something. Seems kind of silly to not have. Well, we've got one of our good flashlights on to to charge. They're saying that in our particular area, power outage isn't likely. But the winter storm warning they threw up was just kind of like a blanket, oh, power outages could happen. And you know, sometimes the local guys don't get it quite right. Sometimes storms intensify a bit. Suddenly, so see what happens, I guess. I know I am overlapping some sections. That's by design. Trying to give us a bit more of an even color layer here. Trying to. Sometimes it works out better than others. I meant to charge my flashlight last night, and I forgot. I'm not sure how much of a charge is still on it. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to charge. We'll see, I guess. All right. Very fuzzy on the back, but you know, it happens. These end up being thick boys with how we do it. And that's okay. So if you do want to actually put it in a frame, you might have to take the glass out unless you've got a really deep well on it. So just something to keep in mind. That's why we started kind of doing the dowels and the twine, kind of making it like a scroll wall hanging, and gave up trying to put it in a frame. Because the wall hanging just worked out better. Okay. So the bigger bits of fluff take a little bit more stabbing to make sure that it's attached. Next bit of fluff and stuff. Yeah, so we're just about halfway filled in here. Just about. Got a little bit more to go. Before we're fully filled in. And this is kind of like a black canvas deal. This color's got to cover our entire background. Now we're not doing the entire background first. We're going to do it in chunks. Because if we do the entire background in, we're going to lose our pen lines, and put those in for a reason so we can keep an eye on our proportions and stuff. So we kind of don't want to lose those yet. Oh, hello. Aha. You are a bit of yarn that didn't get brushed. Alright, let's put that on. Hopefully Russell doesn't bump it. Okay, that's better. There's a slightly thinner spot hiding in there that I just kind of caught the tail sight of as I was starting to tap into there, and I was like, nope, 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 let's just bump you forward a little bit. Right now, while I see it. Oh, okay. Couldn't figure out where the light was coming from. I think the cat's fussed with the one blanket over the one window. Find anything?
I went to Ace to start with and found a rechargeable, so we'll see how it
Yeah, the one weather map I saw said for our area it's not likely to cause power outages, but guess you won't really know how good it is until it's charged. Can you light one of your...
Incenses?
Yeah, the tree one.
Mm-hmm. Just a second.
You gonna give her ours?
Huh? No, I'm gonna give her the one that I wasn't too really happy with.
Yeah, so you're keeping that one?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep this one.
Okay. Alright, next bit of fluff and stuff. So did you do that to the curtain or did the cats?
What?
The curtain's like bunched up in the bottom corner.
Oh, that was me. Where is my charger?
Is that the cable you thought was an extra that you packed?
No, I'm looking for the charging port on this thing.
Are you sure it's rechargeable and not rechargeable batteries?
It came with a wire, dear.
Oh. You still can't find it?
No, I can't.
Let me see it.
I'm just looking it up on this easier.
I'd still like to see it.
Alright. Well, let me give you a minute after I find out what the hell the port is.
Well, I mean, I could look at it while you're looking that up.
Alright, here, I thought you were in the middle of your thing. Here you go.
This is tiny.
Yes, it is.
It's right here. You twist it.
Oh, that's...
It covers it.
Okay, that's rotatable.
Yeah. There was a little picture of the USB port.
I couldn't figure out how to twist it. I didn't want to try to force it here.
That's what your wife is for.
Huh?
That's what your wife is for. Okay.
Same kind of plug.
Looks like Moobot's still hanging out with us. That's good. Okay. So yeah, we'll definitely have to fluff more of this color. We're gonna go through a lot of this color. We should definitely have enough for this project. And I'm glad that we did end up getting some more reds at Christmas. Because otherwise I don't think we would have been able to really pull this off otherwise. Because we really only had the 2 reds of yarn. There might have been a couple of reds left in the roving. But it wouldn't have been enough to do something this size. So they only give you those little like floss bag size amounts. And we definitely need fluff on a larger scale working this big. So we are working 8 by 10-ish.
My mother wished to inform you that we have oranges in case you want some.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. Told her I'd tell you.
I saw them.
Okay, I won't sure. Oh, here's the instruction booklet.
Don't forget the incense.
Yep. Where's your flashlight?
Right here, it's charging. It's a little and a big.
Mine's not as good as that, but it'll do.
Seemed pretty bright.
Eh.
What was wrong?
Nothing. I thought I had knocked something, but I didn't see anything, so.
No, I think you
Yeah, I think I tapped it.
tapped that because the fan's not there holding it in place.
Get your incense going in a second.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I don't know if that requires a charge to properly light or not. So.
Well, I would put it on to charge now.
Like I was commenting about how much dimmer it is. I don't know if it needs more charge.
Probably. I mean, they probably only partially charge it when they ship it.
It's also a small thing, so that might be part of it.
So you do have it charging, right?
Yeah, I've got it charging just in case.
Is there any kind of light on there that indicates when it's charged?
There's a red light, but I don't know if it indicates. I don't know if it stops.
Because mine's red when it's charging, and then it turns green when it's done.
Yeah, I got no idea.
The instruction book might tell you.
Yeah, it might. Smartass.
Just say.
plus side, if we're desperate, mine does take normal alkaline too. So if we have to, we can always.
What size?
I think AAA.
Do we even have triples?
Yes, we have all batteries right now.
I know we had the doubles because she asked for doubles.
Yeah,
and
the other side has the triples. There we
go. Oh, can you check the half and half situation?
We've got like half of that container.
Oh, damn it.
What'd you need it for?
Mac and cheese tomorrow night.
Right. How much do you need?
A cup?
Okay, so I need to go get half and half.
Yeah.
Alright. I was considering making corn chowder anyhow. Which also uses half and half.
And half a container is not going to be enough to get her through the week till we go. So what are you going to do? Just get one container, or are you going to get two because your mom will use it?
No, I don't think my mom uses that much. She doesn't drink coffee that often. Not like
How much do you need for your soup?
Oh, like half a cup, I think. Maybe a cup. Okay. If I get the fucking...
Because we have plenty of milk.
If I get the big jug, we'll be fine.
Sorry, I forgot about it when you left the first time.
What the hell did I do with my keys? I just had.
Did you hang them up?
Oh, I thought I looked and didn't see him.
So I used to love the deluxe Kraft mac and cheese. The ones that have like the kind of similar to the Velveeta sauce package, but not exactly. That kind of deal. We don't have to add butter or milk or anything. And we had started experimenting making our own with a couple of different recipes that we had come across. And after having the ones that we made and then going back and eating the Kraft stuff, the Kraft one I used to like, I'm like, oh, I like ours so much better. I'm like, oh no. Russell's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. So we've been ruined by the homemade mac and cheese now. And he had bought me like several boxes because he saw it on clearance in the one location, and I'm like, yeah, score. And then I'm like, oh, I don't like this anymore. Damn it. I tried to eat a couple boxes of it and it just wasn't doing it for me, and I'm like, it's so much easier as this is to deal with. And so much faster. It just... That wasn't it, Chief. It just wasn't it. Man, those wind chimes are going crazy out there. My goodness. Oh yeah, we're definitely making progress here. Yeah, look, we're almost halfway. Great. So right in here, we're gonna have to overlap a bit because we've got a little bit of a thinner section right in there. That I definitely want to deal with here. Now there's one little spot in there that I might put a little bit over. It is actually getting chilly in here. The sun was out at one point when I woke up. And I turned over to try to go back to sleep. You okay?
Mm-hmm. I did the rest before I left.
Now we have enough bread, right? You don't need to find a loaf of bread?
I'm pretty damn sure, but let me double check.
Because I don't know what other people have eaten.
If I can grab a loaf of bread, I will.
Do we have enough crackers?
That we have enough of.
You're sure?
Yes, we have a whole bunch in that bag still.
Because that's it. What's in that Ziploc?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, and I'll see about your mom's white cheese.
Okay, yeah, because they didn't have it the last time. My mom doesn't like orange cheese. And Russell and I don't really like the white cheese, so... So, probably gonna do... Well, we're doing tomato soup and grilled cheese tonight. At least that's the plan. Tomorrow, I'm probably gonna finish off the chicken nuggets. That we have in the one freezer, and make mac and cheese. And we'll have some kind of vegetable with it. That'll be Monday. Tuesday, I don't know yet. I have to see if he wants pizza Wednesday night or if he wants pizza Tuesday night. Kind of depends on how he's feeling. He might just do like toast or English muffin Wednesday night. You want tomato soup and grilled cheese? Yeah, hopefully we still have power later. Well, I don't think it's really supposed to start until like after midnight though. This is so stupid. So we're gonna have like a quick ice storm. Alright, so at some point overnight or later this evening, we're supposed to switch to sleet and freezing rain. Some areas could have up to, worst case scenario, 1/2 inch of accumulation of ice. That's a lot of ice. Unless I'm reading it wrong. Hold on. There's some snow flurries out there. Excuse me. What's our weather alert say? Ice storm warning. From 6 p.m. this evening, oh, they changed it again. From 6 p.m. this evening until 3 p.m. Monday afternoon. Travel is strongly discouraged. If you must travel, keep an extra flashlight, food, and water in your vehicle in case of emergency. Prepare for possible power outages. That's the second time they've talked about power outages in this. Ice accumulation from 1/4 to 1/2 inch, in combination with sustained wind speeds. Thank you so much, pickup truck. That was totally necessary. In combination with sustained wind speeds from 15 to 20 miles an hour with higher gusts. And then tomorrow night, Monday night, it's supposed to like flip to like 40 degrees and be just rain, and it's all supposed to go away. This is kind of ridiculous. Yeah, so I wonder if there's gonna be trash pickup tomorrow, you guys. Why do all these storms keep happening on trash pickup day? We didn't even get recycling picked up this week. I have all the recycling buckets from our front yard just scattered all over our front porch because I didn't want to stick them out from under cover because then everything was gonna freeze in the buckets, because the last time the stuff like froze to the inside of the buckets and they didn't take it all because it was stuck in there. I was like, really? It's like, okay. Yay! Yeah, see, around here they usually get ice, not snow. Which always astounds me when people say that, and I'm like, well, if you're used to getting ice is a hell of a lot more of a bitch to deal with than snow. Why aren't your road crews better at this? And I guess because there's nothing they can do about the ice, and they're just like, meh, stay the fuck home. I guess. As I told Russell, I said, nobody's going anywhere Sunday night into Monday. We need to do anything, we need to do it now. Tuesday should be fine, but if we need to do shit, we need to do it right now. And then it's supposed to rain or have showers Tuesday and Wednesday. They originally had showers on Thursday, but they changed it now to partly cloudy, which is fine because I think we might be leaving Thursday. We keep waffling Thursday, Friday, Thursday, Friday. But we might be leaving Thursday now because it looks like the rain's gonna be traveling with us. And, you know, we don't know if there's going to be, like, flooded roads or anything, so we might just leave a day early, even though it burns Russell's ass, and if we get there ahead of time, we get there ahead of time. He's like, I don't want to spend money on a hotel on extra if we don't have to, and I was like, yeah, but, you know, it's okay, because now we have a contingency day baked in, and it's good to have a contingency day. That way it's not so much pressure on you. And if you're having a bad day, we can say fuck it and stop early and won't be too badly affected. Because we'll have the extra day. Our weather is a mess this week too. Ow. Oh, that was my ankle. Off and on, snow and sleet and poop. Yay! Yay! Fan-fucking-tastic. It's supposed to be in the 70s and partly cloudy when we're in the Keys, and that's fine. I'll take that. I don't even mind a rain shower or two while we're down there, because you know what? We'll be there and not here. So, that's fine. As long as it doesn't rain the day that we're going to the zoo, or the day we're planning on going to the zoo, which it doesn't look like it's going to. I mean, it's hard to tell for certain with forecasts that are 10-ish days out. Because, you know, they're likely to change, but as of right now. And I said, well, where are we staying? Yeah. Yeah, I'll take it. And he goes, and I said, well, where are we staying when we go back up towards Tampa? When we go to the zoo on the way home? Because we decided we'll zoo when we pass back through on the way home. I said, are we staying in Tampa? Or are we staying back near my brother? And he goes, well, we can stay in Tampa, or we can stay just outside of Tampa. He's like, you know, I just don't want to be too far away, because then it's not really that much of a day off of driving. And I'm like, well, that's fair enough. And I was looking at the hotel prices near the zoo, and I was like, oof. And I'm like, oh, right, Busch Gardens. No wonder. So I'm like, yeah, these prices are theme park hotel prices. Because the one Holiday Inn Express, which is where we tend to prefer to stay, I mean, there was a couple near the zoo area, but one of the ones that looked like it was closer to the zoo, with taxes and 3 people in the room, was gonna be about $210 a night, and that's kind of high for Holiday Inn Express. I mean, Holiday Inn Express, on average, after taxes, with like 2 to 3 people in the room, can be around $150 to $160, depending on where you are. So $210, I was like, damn! I was like, what the fuck? And then I saw Busch Gardens, and I was like, oh. Now, there were some other places that were cheaper. But we tend to prefer Holiday Inn, and then we can rack up points and stuff. I don't know how many points it takes to earn anything, but we can rack up points. And sometimes we get free upgrades and stuff if they've got any upgrades available. We never ask for it, but sometimes they just give it to us. Like the one place we checked into, they're like, oh, okay, so you're a rewards member, like, I can give you a free upgrade to this, and we're like, oh, okay, sure, thanks. As long as it's got 2 beds, since we're 3 people, you bet. We can't do the sofa bed, we need actual beds. If the upgrade doesn't have 2 actual beds, then it's okay, we don't need the upgrade. We're pretty easy in that respect, so we don't like walk into places and demand upgrades. So I said, how far out are you willing to stay outside of Tampa? He goes, I don't know. He goes, like, within an hour. And I was like, then why don't we just stay back where we're staying on the way through the first time? And he goes, well, how far is that? And I said, I told you, it's like 45 minutes. He goes, oh, I didn't hear you the first time. Husband hearing. And he goes, no, that's fine. So Because I'm not sure if we have to pick my brother up or if he's even still gonna go. He sounded like he wanted to go the first time we mentioned it, but who the fuck knows if he's still gonna want to go when we come back up through. Don't know. He might. Or he can just meet us at our hotel and he can follow us or whatever. If he even still goes. He might have just said, oh yeah, I'll go, and just didn't really think about it. I don't know if he's going to be busy, because it's going to be a Friday. Because that's just the way the schedules are going to line up. Alrighty, let's go ahead and we'll rotate you. We haven't rotated you in a little bit. Tell you, that wind's really kicking out there already. Hope my flashlight fully charges before it starts doing anything here. Or before the wind gets a little too crazy. We never lost power during the last snowstorm. Didn't even flicker. Hopefully our sink drain doesn't freeze again. Although it shouldn't now. We've got it insulated with some cardboard and some hay bales. So his aunt fucked off back to Oklahoma to the other sister's place. And I said to Russell, I said, how long is she gonna be fucked off? Like, is she gonna be gone the entire time we're gone? Because your mom's not gonna have a car. Because she took your mom's car. So, I mean, if it comes to it, his mom will walk down the street to the grocery store that's like a 10-minute walk from the house. But, like, she fucked off with the car. So I'm like, when's she coming back? And he goes, I don't know, probably when it starts to get a little bit warmer. No idea what the temperatures look like while we're gone. I was more worried about the weather where we were going, so I didn't even bother looking at what's gonna happen here. Cause it's kinda not my problem while we're gone. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. Yeah, my mom got a new wind chime. So it's a little extra chimey out there. Oh, Russell needs to reset the one Amazon password. His mom changed it on us last night. She couldn't remember what the password was, and instead of asking Russell what it was, she went and reset it and didn't tell us. And she doesn't always write the shit down. And we need to get into the Prime account to check stuff. To see, you know, where is this? When is this arriving? Is there any weird charges on here? To keep an eye on stuff. I was in the kitchen. We were going through, or I was on my way to the bathroom, something, and he went into her room, and I heard him yell, "Motherfucker!" You know? And I was like, what? He came back out. I was like, what's the matter? He goes, what? Nothing. I said, oh. She changed the Amazon password and didn't tell me and didn't ask for the current one that we set specifically because she can't remember it. That's for security protection. I don't know how she got around the two-factor authentication. It was supposed to be a two-factor that usually texts Russell a code whenever somebody tries to get into it, unless he took it off. I was like, make sure none of our shit's saved on there, please. So how you doing, Buzz? How go the things? That wind, damn, it's been picking up steadily since last night. Like, you can feel our room getting chillier and chillier. I kind of want my long sleeve shirt back on, but the weight of it today was just pulling at my neck in just a way that my neck was like, nope, 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 get this off me, get this off me, get this off me. So I kind of just have to deal with my arms being cold right now. Because I don't know what way he's got his space heater pointed. But he must have it like really way down low. Or there's that much cold air seeping into our room where we don't feel it. Or I don't feel it. It feels okay when you're sitting directly in front of his. Not too bad. Had today off so I could chill and get some stuff done. And your package arrived Tuesday. Yay! So the camera should be wrapped in bubble wrap. And I don't know how he wrapped the Chex Mix. It might just be in a Ziploc bag. And then he did some kind of dramatic letter. I don't know what the fuck he put on this letter. I didn't get the chance to read it before he packaged everything. He said just something about going on about the Chex Mix experience. Because he was typing something out, and all of a sudden I hear him say, damn, I should have saved that resume paper. And I was like, what? He goes, I should have saved the resume paper. I said, what are you talking about? Why? He goes, so I could print out the Chex Mix experience letter on top of this. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, fucking with Buzz, but it's about the Chex Mix experience. I was just like, oh my god. He never did actually hand it to me to read. So I have no idea what it says. So apologies ahead of time. I have no idea what it's about. I feel bad that I need to get half and half for tomorrow. But I've been wanting homemade mac and cheese for a couple of weeks now. I just hate making it when I'm the only one that's gonna end up eating most of it, because it's rich. But I guess if his mom's here, I can give some to her and not feel bad if he doesn't eat any of it. My mom only wants like a spoon of mac and cheese ever. She goes, I don't really like mac and cheese that much. And I'm like, ugh. Like, well, I don't want to make this big-ass recipe for just me. Okay, saw that thin spot there. Oh, goodness. I'm just so concerned over my glasses. That the last scan was on the 18th. At like almost 6 p.m. leaving California. Hasn't been scanned since. Has not been scanned since. Don't know where the fuck it is. This was a lot of money. Oh, damn. The fuck was that? Oh, we've got this thing all sorts of stretched out here. Sounds like something just went flying across our front porch. Probably something out of one of the recycling buckets. If you hear faint yelling every so often, it's probably the mother-in-law watching football. If there's football today. She's watching something. She's on the other end of the house. And I thought I just heard her yelling at something. And last night I had to go to Russell. I was like, so, legit question. I'm not trying to be a bitch or anything. He goes, okay. And I said, is your mom losing her hearing? He goes, yeah. I was like, okay. I said, because I'm in the kitchen trying to do something. And I'm hearing her football game from her room across the house. And then I start hearing classical music on top of it. So she's watching like 2 different things at once. And then I was standing there. I was making cupcakes the other night. And I'm standing in the kitchen. And I kept hearing this weird noise. It was like a chirp, chirp, chirp. And I'm like, what the fuck? Chirp. And then I walked into the dining room and I'm listening. And it stopped. And I'm like, the fuck? Okay. So I turned around and walked back into the kitchen and immediately started again. Chirp, chirp. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Because I'm like thinking there's a bird stuck somewhere, like in our hot water heater closet or something. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. Now what? I'm like, how? How even? Or we had to put a cage over our dryer vent after we had a bird get in through the dryer vent. Because I guess there was a split in the vent hose that we didn't realize in the house. And they came in through the vent hole and got out through the split in like the big silver dryer vent hose, and Cal was running around with it in his mouth. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. We finally got it away from him and got it outside, but it was like Benny Hill music going on in here with Russell chasing the cats from one end of the house to the other. And I'm like, do not even tell me. So I get into the hallway, and then I realize it's coming from her room. She must have been playing like a card game or something, and that was like the sound of the cards flipping over. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I was like in full on panic about to get Russell and be like, there's something in the house. He goes, yeah, I've already yelled at her to turn it the fuck down once. It's just like, oh my god. I'm like, that's awfully loud. He goes, yep. So I did not realize that got pulled quite so much there. Yeah, it's like, okay. Right. He must have went to Walmart. He's not back yet. He prefers the Walmart brand loaves of bread for some reason over the name brand ones. Which I find kind of fascinating. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah, something about the texture on the other ones. He goes, he's like, just no. I'm like, oh, okay. And our local grocery store down the street from us, you know, it's just the name brand stuff or their in-house label. And we don't really like their in-house label stuff very much. Like, a couple things are okay, but we're not real big fans of this particular grocery store. I mean, it does in a pinch, but even their house brands are so expensive. Oh, hey, so can somebody explain to me what the deal is with the Magic Spoon cereal? Hang on, my flamingo slipper doesn't want to get back on my foot. Okay. Like, what is the deal with this Magic Spoon stuff? I don't understand it. I have never in my life seen such a fucking expensive box of cereal before for the size of it. I about died. I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Who can fucking afford this? Like, I've never had it. It might be something plant-based, but oh my god, it was a tiny box of cereal that looked like you might get maybe 2 bowls, 3 at the absolute most, for how thin the box was. It was $9 and change. It's keto. Oh, it's keto. That's why. I was like, are you, like, I actually said out loud, I was like, are you kidding me? $9 for a box of cereal? I was like, you gotta be, like, I was just so astonished. I was like almost yelling when we were in Walmart. And this was at Walmart. And I was like, damn. I was like, you gotta be fucking shitting me. You don't sell it much. The wind's all... Oh!
Sorry.
The wind's already taken off the recycling across the porch.
Yeah, I heard that.
He's back. The one long side of my desk, when he opens the door hits it. I might be able to nudge it backwards a little bit, but I might have to put like a pool noodle bumper or something. On that one side. Okay, well, I kind of pulled that in a little bit. I was probably pulling from this side too much and stretched it, as I usually do. You don't work in a good area and people aren't buying that. Yeah, like, I'm like, who in their right mind is going to spend, with the way things are right now, $10 on one box of cereal? Especially when the stuff in the bulk bags is like 6 or 7 and you can get a hell of a lot more bowls of cereal out of that. I mean, like, even the name brand regular shit isn't that much for like the family size boxes. I'm like, I don't even eat cereal that much, and I'm just like, holy fuck. Like, what happened to the price of cereal lately? It just, my god. Quite astonished I was seeing that pricing, and I was like, damn. It's like, that's some rich people shit right there. This is definitely out of my price range. Like, no fucking way. I'm not even gonna be able to afford milk after buying that cereal. Like, I don't understand how this company is gonna stay in business at those kind of prices. And then it makes you feel bad for the people that are, like, needing to do, like, the plant-based shit for medical and allergy reasons and stuff, and it's like, they're just price gouging these people. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I think I've seen some vloggers on YouTube do promos for it once in a great while. But I'm just like, damn. Like, Stream Elements, right? Like, Stream Elements will have, sponsorship opportunities that you can sign up for. In their dashboard. Like, they go out to, you know, anybody that you know, streams through there. However, read the fine print on that real close, because you have to meet very specific requirements on those, or else they won't pay you. And like, you have to have specific overlays or have the overlays on the screen for a specific amount of time, and then like, they want you to do, like, I think for HelloFresh they want you to do like B-roll recorded of you like using the shit and cooking with it. It doesn't look like they'll send you the boxes. You have to buy them in this particular thing. If I'm understanding this correctly, it looks like you have to buy. Now, I don't know if they reimburse you if you get X number of people to sign up in X amount of time. And I'm like, yeah, my community is not that big, so I'm not even gonna bother. And I've heard some not so great things about HelloFresh too, so you generally don't do any dairy or animal products at all, and it's expensive. Yeah. So, I mean, if anybody looks into doing those sponsorship opportunities through Stream Elements that they offer, just actually read all of the fine print really carefully. And I've heard some things about HelloFresh from other vloggers that have used it and did it on their own, not sponsored. And they're like, yeah, the boxes started out good, and then the quality of what they were shipping like went downhill. And the one set of vloggers I watched, they're like, yeah, no, I can't recommend this product anymore because it's gone to shit. So they stopped using it. I mean, they weren't really sponsored by them, but just them using it, they're like, yeah, no, we stopped using them, because they were asking for recommendations for Mealbox subscriptions at one point, and they're like, no, we tried that. They liked one and it went out of business. But I think they said with HelloFresh they started getting stuff that was rotting when it showed up, and they're like, they had to end up replacing like half of it at the grocery store on their own. They're like, yeah, this is not worth it. Yeah. But like, then there's like game promos, and I was looking at one of the game promos. I'm like, I would never play this game to begin with. Number one. Number two, they're like looking for you to get like X number of people to sign up for this game before they'll even think about giving you money per sign up, it looked like. And I'm like, this is dumb for me, just due to the size of the community. I'm like, this isn't worth it. That's why we haven't really done any of those opportunities. Plus, I'm not really big into meal subscription boxes either. HelloFresh seems to always be up there. Plus, I've gotten emails from HelloFresh. They're like, hey. And I'm like, fuck off, HelloFresh. I'm a real fussy eater. Like, I might eat some weird stuff, but if I made it, I know what's in there. and it was like my own brainchild, and I'm like, that's okay. Or it was a recipe that I found from one of those recipe sites that I tailored down to fit me. I mean, I'm not that big on cooking. I kind of hate cooking, to be perfectly honest, because it makes such a mess, and then it takes forever, and then I'm like, all these measurements and stuff. But, you know, I have to eat, so... I just saw... Am I crazy? I hear Zuzu barking. I don't know why I hear Zuzu barking. But I hear Zuzu barking. No idea where the husband is. He brought the stuff in and then vanished. And I feel like the mother-in-law is making him bark. And I'm pretty sure Russell told her I was streaming. So if you can hear him barking at a distance, and then once he starts barking, it's very hard to get him to stop. Russell's like, no, you should face this way, because then the microphone won't be facing the road, so then it won't be as loud. And I'm like, I don't think anything's gonna help with that. But then if we start to make the dog bark when the microphone's facing the direction the dog is in, like, how is this any better? The dog, like, never barks half the time, unless somebody purposely winds him up. He doesn't just bark for the sake of barking. Guard dogs, these guys are not. They like, won't bark at... Like, somebody will be messing with the front door, will be trying to come in, his mother-in-law will be, like, half-assedly knocking at our... Whoa! Hold on. What the fuck? Let me find Russell. That was one of our recycling cans. I will be right back. I need to go deal with that. Because I don't know if he's gonna see my message. Give me 1 second, you guys. Oh my god, it's so cold. Whew. I did not throw a coat on when I ran out there. So, like I was saying earlier, whew, our recycling buckets are on the front porch at the moment. And, oh my god, I'm cold. I basically had a t-shirt on running out there. 29 and it feels like of 19. When's it supposed to start doing shit? Not really supposed to start doing anything till maybe 11 p.m. So, I was hearing like a water bottle here and there. I thought it was thunder. So, I was hearing a water bottle here and there, like, blow out of the containers that we had on the front porch. We didn't have that many cans in our soda can bucket. And I guess we had a good gust of wind and it flipped over the soda can bucket and half dumped it into the water bottle bucket we had next to it. So we were just like, he didn't hear me message him, or he didn't see it. So I like ran and I yelled for him. He goes, "What?" I said, "I need your help outside now." And we were trying to grab all of the soda cans that blew halfway across the front porch. And and we have he had bought like a dumbbell set at a yard sale at one point that he never really used. And so those weights from the dumbbell set have been sitting on our front porch. We actually use them to throw the weights into our recycling buckets when it gets real windy, to weigh them down so that they don't take off on us, like when we have like severe thunderstorms coming in and stuff. Was not expecting the wind to get that bad, but so we were switching around what was in what bucket and trying to stack them as best as we could out there real quick. And then we had to kind of throw the weights in a couple of the buckets. Now we just have to remember that they're in there after the storm. But, so, yeah, I'm like, damn, no wonder they're talking about possible power outages here. Like, this wind's not playing at all. Because it was still gusting pretty good while we were out there. Oh, I'm freezing now. It feels a lot colder than 29 out. Kind of surprised by that. But yeah, now I don't know if there's going to be trash pickup tomorrow. I kind of almost don't want to put it out tomorrow. There's been times where we forgot or we thought they weren't picking up. And we have our trash cans like in front of our house next to our carport, kind of like on the front side of our porch, like near the end of it. And I guess because my mom's outside all the time, the trash guys, recycling guys are the same guys. They see her sitting out there. So I guess sometimes they're like, "Oh, let me help the old person. They forgot to put it out," and they'll like walk up into the yard and grab it out of the trash cans. And if the wind's gonna be that bad, and they're talking about it being that icy, number one, I don't really know if they're gonna pick up tomorrow. And I don't know if I really wanna fuck with it, to be perfectly honest. Like, I don't know. Oh, I'm so mad this got all stretched out here. I was trying to be so careful. Apparently I wasn't paying attention enough. Well, I'm gonna have to add a little bit here. It always gets a little wobbly on one side. But yeah, this past week has been a nightmare with trash and recycling pickup. We've got so much cardboard outside. It's like falling out of the one container I have out there. I was thinking I was gonna have to split it into two. I still have recycling in the house I haven't taken out yet. And last week, I guess for Martin Luther King Day, I didn't realize it was Martin Luther King Day. So there was no trash pickup. Because they didn't have the holiday schedule updated on the fucking city's website. And I didn't realize. I don't have kids in school. I don't have a calendar that has the dates on it. Like, I don't have a digital calendar set up. I can't be bothered. And I don't have a paper calendar in the house, really. I just look at the bottom of my window screen. It's like, oh, okay. Hover over. Oh, it's this date. Cool. You know, I don't pay attention to these fucking things. And, like, I don't know when a specific holiday is unless I actually look it up half the time. And, nothing against any specific holiday. It's just the way it is with my brain. And then, like, the snowstorm. So, they didn't pick up Monday. And then Tuesday, everything was still so shitty when they were supposed to pick it up because they're not picking it up on Monday. They're like, yeah, that's gonna be a no. The city apparently doesn't have people specifically just for trash and recycling pickup. They also double up and help respond to emergency calls for like, oh, I think my meter's frozen, my pipes are frozen, there's a water main break. Like they were all over the place. They were plowing the roads, trying to so like, yeah, we're stretched too thin. There's only like X number of us. We're working 12-hour shifts. We're not picking up trash today. Or it started out that they were going to be doing it, but it was going to be delayed and take a while. And then I guess the waste crews got out there and they're like, oh yeah, no, that's a no. And then they changed their minds like an hour later and they're like, yeah, we decided no, we're not doing this. The roads are too slippery for the trash trucks. And I'm like, really? Okay. I mean, I see pickup trucks out here. But, alright. Sure. Excuse me. And then Wednesday, they're like, okay, we're going to be picking up Monday's route, Tuesday's route, and Wednesday's route. It's going to take us some time. Please be patient. We'll get to you when we get to you. So I'm like, no mention of recycling whatsoever. So I'm like, I guess they're not doing recycling. Okay. Like, whatever, I guess. And, we had like a mountain of trash outside because of all of the packaging from the desks and all the styrofoam chunks that they had nestled everything in to keep it from shattering, and delivery, and we did a lot of like actual deep cleaning, and we got rid of a bunch of stuff, old clothes that were too well worn to donate and things. So like we had quite the pile out there. And I felt bad, but I'm like, well, I mean, we'd been putting off doing this deep cleaning for a while. It really needed to get done. So now, we don't have that much trash this week. I was kind of hoping to get it out so his mom didn't have to deal with it, or remember to deal with it, while we were gone. Maybe if they do decide to pick up on Monday, they'll walk up and grab it out of the cans. But if they're already telling people to stay home, there's one closing already for Monday. Hey, Zorts. Same for you. Holidays and weekends don't matter. Yeah, I never know what fucking day it is. I had a mini panic attack when I got up because one of the vloggers I watch, when I was checking stuff on YouTube to see if I had anything I had to deal with there this morning, they were in my notifications saying Saturdays are for hanging out, and I'm like, what? I thought it was Sunday. I'm like, what day is it? I actually had a panic for like 10, 15 seconds trying to remember what fucking day it was. I think they were confused because I'm like, I actually had to look. I had to hover over the little time in the corner. I'm like, what day is it? And no, it's Sunday. I was like, Jesus Christ. It's like, y'all gave me a goddamn heart attack. But, so how was Zorts? So I think we might not put it out. If they're already advising people to stay home and it hasn't started doing anything yet. I think the school closings are going to start rolling in this evening. There's like one closing so far for tomorrow that's like a pain management rehab or something. I was like, interesting that they're the first ones to close for tomorrow. Zorts is all right. Oh, good. I hate to admit it, but we've already packed. We're like ready to go. We were doing a shit ton of laundry yesterday, and I'm like, I'm just gonna figure out stuff here, and as I do, I'm just gonna throw it in the suitcase, so it's done, right? And I said to Russell, I said, I feel dumb that I'm basically packing already and we're not leaving for a few more days. You okay? You okay?
Yeah.
And but at the same time, it gives us a chance to actually look what's in front of us. And certain outfits I prefer to wear in the car. Certain outfits are a little more public presentable if we're going to be outside and about for a while. So it's like, yeah, I should save those for this day or that day. And I needed to figure out a comfy outfit that wasn't going to upset me while we're in the car driving on the way down. And then we looked at our snacks. Some of the snacks we decided that we were going to donate because we had tested them ahead of time and we're like, oh no, I didn't really like these that much. So we took the extra mac and cheese that it turned out I can't eat anymore. We dropped those off at our free emergency pantry in town last night. We came home and then we looked at the snacks and we're like, oh yeah, we should have dropped these off with that. So we did another walk down there a little bit later. And I'm like thinking, okay, well, what do I still need to pack? We were going through the toiletries that we had gotten specifically to take with us and figuring out where those were gonna go. I'd gotten some little mini travel bottles for my shampoo and stuff, so we had to take out of my main bottles and add to those, and just kind of making sure we had everything sorted. And I'm kind of glad we did it early, because then I'm like, oh, what about this? What about that? I'm like, we need charging cables, but we can't pack those yet because we're still using those items. So then we started a list that we need to check night before or morning of to make sure we've got all of that. Like we've got new toothbrushes that we're switching into for the trip, and we packed those. I was like, I've got the toothbrushes and the toothpaste. I was like, fuck, we didn't get toothpaste to bring with us. We had a little bit left in a newer tube that we had that I didn't realize Russell was using, so I was like, well, I guess we can use this. He goes, well, we can get more if we need it. But you know, just like stuff, I forgot my cotton balls, so I had to shove those in a bag. Like, I didn't think about them. I didn't think about my hairbrush, and I'm like, okay, so we're starting a list now for the shit that we're gonna have to double check when we go to leave, because like my mom has specific cushions she likes to put on the wheelchair when she's going to be in it for a while, and those we can't really pack until day of, and we've got drinks in the cooler that we can't really deal with until morning of, so I was like, okay, well, we need to make a morning of list. And I was like, you're gonna roll your eyes at me, but I would like to put some extra zip ties and make sure that there's a roll of duct tape in the car in case we have another cosmetic emergency like we did the one road trip. In case we have to do some sort of emergency repair on the side of the road to get us to like the next rest area or something where we can call the insurance company or someone, or like a tow service or something. He's like, that roll of duct tape's still in the car. He goes, and I have some zip ties, but I'm gonna add some more. He goes, I already kind of did that. And I was like, okay. We got burned with that once when the you've never been on a road trip more than 6 hours, I think. Well, we got kind of spooked on the one road trip because we were on our way home. Fortunately, it happened on the way home. You know, the semis will have blowouts on some of their tires, and they're big honking tires. And they'll have like the wire cabling still inside attached to the rubber in spots. And you know, you'll see them just kind of laying usually on the shoulders of the road. Usually. This one was laying in the middle of the interstate as we were trying to traverse around Little Rock. And it was bumper to bumper going like 60, 65. There was nowhere to go. We were in the leftmost lane somehow. I think we had to be there for a bare left or something that we had coming up. And so it was concrete barrier on the one side. We were here, and then it was a solid lane of traffic here. And up ahead of us in the next lane over, somebody ran over one of those chunks of tire that still had like some long pieces of cable hanging off of it. Except they didn't actually run over it with their car tires. Like, their car went over top of it, like it was in the middle underneath of their car, and I guess the speed at which they were going made it swoosh up into the air. I've never seen this happen before. And then it kind of made a beeline towards our windshield. And we thought for sure as shit it was gonna slam into the windshield, and we were like, oh my god. So we were like fucking freaking out, yelling in the car, and Russell's like trying to chant to himself, don't turn the wheel, don't turn the wheel, don't turn the wheel, because he can't jerk it because there's nowhere for him to go. So we just had to take it on the nose. And at the very last minute, as it was coming up to our hood on the car, it got sucked underneath of the car, and one of the cables that was still attached to the chunk of rubber smashed into the cosmetic grill that we had in the front of the car, like near the bottom, like where one of the air intakes is, and hit that, went under the car, and then went back out. We don't know what happened after that. I don't know if somebody was like beeping at us. It's like, hey, it's not our fault, like we didn't cause this. You can beep at me all you want, like we're just trying not to jerk the wheel in reaction and slam ourselves into the barrier and cause even more problems, especially at that speed, because everybody was moving along at a decent clip. We weren't sure quite what happened, and we couldn't really pull over where we were, so we kept going in the lane that we were in. We could hear something was wrong, but we couldn't, like, we didn't know what. and we couldn't really pull over where we were. So we kind of just kept going until we saw signs for a rest stop. And we got over and took that exit for the rest area. And we were like, there was us and like maybe 2 other cars there, and there was like nobody around. Like, I didn't even see anybody that belonged to those 2 cars. It was kind of a deserted rest area, which was kind of creepy. And we parked and we got out and we're trying to look underneath the car, and the cable from the tire had sliced the front cosmetic grille towards the bottom of the body in the front in half. And so that was like all like kind of caved down in on itself, like sinking in the middle. And then the frame around it was cut in half from the wire, and it was like dragging on the ground. That's what we were hearing. And we're like, well, shit. We're like, now what? We didn't have any lights on the dashboard, and it didn't look like we were leaking anything. It could have been a lot worse. It could have like taken out the oil pan or anything, but it didn't. It didn't seem to have cut any lines under the car, and we called either AAA or the insurance company right when it happened. And they're like, well, if it's still drivable, go ahead and drive it. And then, you know, when you get to where you're going, you know, if you think you need to do something about it, we can send somebody to you. Because we told them, well, we're like X number of hours from home. And so we were sitting there, and we actually had, for some reason, we had duct tape in the car that was the same color as our car, because we had some damage to the back bumper when somebody backed into us when we were backing out, and we had used that to cover it. So we actually had that in the car. So Russell ripped off the grill that was sagging in the front, because he's like, this is absolutely 100% cosmetic. This is just for looks. And now it's broken. So he's like, so I'm just gonna rip it off. So he ripped it off. And then we're like, okay, well, this little piece of the body that's under where the grill is still broken, and it's dragging. Like, what are we gonna do about this? So he grabbed, I think he grabbed a couple zip ties and tried to zip tie it together, and then he took some duct tape, I think, and wrapped duct tape around it just to keep it from dragging on the ground. That duct tape is still on there, by the way. I think we might have talked to the insurance company when we got home, like the next day. And they're like, well, for cosmetic, you know, it's going to be like X number of hundreds of dollars to fix that. And Russell's like, did I have to pay for it out of pocket? And they're like, yeah. And he's like, that's okay. He's like, I don't care what the front of the car really looks like. He goes, that's fine. So you got to bring your car into the shop this week, and you're not looking forward to that bill. Yeah, so I was like, so that's why I said to him, I said, you're gonna roll your eyes at me, but I want to make sure we've got duct tape in the car. He goes, no, it's still there. I was like, okay. It's like, just in case we have to make an emergency fix until we can get somewhere where we can do something about something. Just in case. Our little anxiety brains keep trying to make sure that we've planned for as much as we can for a problem. Can't plan for every potential problem, but yeah, we just had a bunch of work done on the car. They checked our brakes, and they're like, your brakes are fine. Those don't need to get redone. And we're like, really? They're like, yeah. So our car bill was like half of what we were expecting it to be, because we replaced 2 of the tires that we still hadn't replaced yet. We had them do the oil change. They like moved the newer tires that were in the front to the back and put the brand new tires on the front. The tires that got moved to the back, I think they're still pretty new. Like, those got put on in April or May. So they're not that old. And I don't know what else we had done. Oh, we had the sensor checked. We had the tire sensors checked. Them fucking tire sensors. I had no idea those sensors were that fucking much money. If we weren't going on like a 1,600-mile road trip, we probably would have been like, fuck it.
No, I would have gotten it fixed.
Oh, would you?
It's
annoying.
It's annoying and distracting.
Yeah, it makes you think something's terribly, terribly wrong. But
or you get used to it and you don't think anything's wrong. Which
yeah.
is also a problem, so.
Yeah. So, like, our low tire pressure light kept coming on. Or it would start to flash. I'm like, why are you flashing? And, you know, we've got, like, 2 different air gauges for the tires, and we had them both out, and we're, like, checking all the tires. And it's like, no, it's about where it should be. And, we're like, nothing is appearing to be wrong on the tires. So then we're like, this has to be a sensor issue. Those fucking sensors, 3 of them had to get replaced. It was like $200 a pop. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And the thing that we were really worried about how much it was going to be, which was our auxiliary power adapter. The thing that looks like the cigarette lighter, but it's not. So you can charge shit in your car better than the USB port on the car. We were concerned if they were even going to be able to fix that and how much that was going to be. That was the cheapest fucking thing they did. I was like, $28. I'm like, are you fucking shitting me? We could have fixed that forever ago. Like, of course that was the cheapest thing to fix. But we had the serpentine belt replaced in April or May, whenever we had that work done. Is there a doggy gurring at me? Hi, there is a doggy gurring at me.
Really?
Yeah. He hasn't been out in a while.
Look out, my buddy.
It's been a while.
Come on, Momo.
It was well before you went to the store.
Hi, Momo. Oh my goodness, the tails. Oh my goodness.
Oh, we're a happy guy. We're a happy guy today.
Oh my goodness.
Don't blow away, Momo. It's very blustery. Although I haven't heard the wind chimes in a hot minute, so I don't know. Of course, after we weighed everything down in a panic, trying to keep the recycling from blowing down the street. We had the transmission fluid and some other fluid. Was it brake line fluid? We had some kind of fluids replaced or topped off. No, it might have been replaced, because I think I remember Russell saying something about they flushed the lines and then put new stuff in it.
Yeah. That
was like in April or May. So, duct tape fixing stuff and keeping people quiet since 1910. So, yeah, we were getting the car snacks together in the one backpack and trying to figure out what needed to go in the car snack bag, because that bag's going to be with me in the front seat. So, like, medication's going to go in there that we need to get our hands on. Like my ibuprofen, my ice bag in case I get a migraine while we're driving. Our snacky snacks, some candy. We probably won't even use half of the shit that we got, but at least it's there in case we're not finding anything else while we're on the road. Okay, so that's not so uneven now. That's a little bit better than it was. And I think the cooler is supposed to go under my feet too. We got a smaller, hard-sided cooler.
Oh, come.
Momo! Momo! Don't take off on Daddy's. Gotta take your harness off.
Here.
You keep doing that.
There you go, boy.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, Momo on the bed. Oh my goodness.
Get that boy a goodie.
You want a goodie? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Somebody's a happy boy. Oh, we still need to do their nails tonight.
Can I get a foot? Oh, it's a foot. There's a couple. Ah, my fingers.
So do you think he's gonna need to go on Tuesday?
Thank you. I'm not sure. He seems to be doing relatively well at the moment. I want to keep watching him for today.
Okay.
On the bed. Oh, you want Daddy fix it? Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, we still need to get their nails tonight. I don't want to put the trash out tonight.
Okay.
I don't think they're gonna pick it up in the morning.
Okay.
Watch, they will end up picking it up.
Oh well.
I know that's more for your mom to deal with while we're away, but maybe Loretta will be back by then and she can help her. Or maybe they'll walk up and grab it out of the bins like they sometimes do. Do you have any timers going for whatever you're doing?
No, I'm all done.
Oh, that's right. You said you weren't doing the other thing. Sorry.
No, I didn't end up doing that. I didn't have patience.
Do I need to make it for you? You sure?
It's not worth it.
Alright. Oh, I need to figure out with you what we're doing for dinner Tuesday.
Why Tuesday?
Well, I'm thinking pizza either Tuesday or Wednesday, and I didn't know if you were just doing toast Wednesday night or if you wanted pizza.
Wednesday night, I'm assuming I'm going to do toast or something similar.
Okay, so I'll do pizza Tuesday night then.
Okay. Yeah, that'll probably be the best.
Okay. So tomorrow night we'll do what's left of the nuggets and mac and cheese. And tonight we're doing grilled cheese and tomato soup. Alright. Okay, so that's sorted so I can remember if I need to take anything out of the freezer, which I don't believe I do now. Alright. Okay, what time is it? Alright, oh, we haven't done too bad today. We're definitely gonna get this filled in. And we should be starting on our first real background color here. Which I think is gonna be one of our ready shades. Might have to look at our reference sketch here because I'm gonna have to like layer the colors up a bit, because he's got the black on there and then he's got the alizarin crimson, which is what we're kind of doing. We're doing our alizarin crimson layer, so to speak. And then he comes back in with like cad yellow. I think it's cad yellow. It's either cad yellow or Indian yellow. And then he starts, you know, just slapping it on there and it's mixing with the crimson lizard, and he's getting all kinds of colors going on in there, so we might have to... It's gonna be tough to check our sketch though, because those colored pencils layered only so well. But this isn't a bad color. It's got a slight variation to it. It's a little bit darker in some spots, a little bit lighter in others. Oh, do you think the spinners need to come in? They were still there, right? When we went out to get the recycling, I didn't notice.
Yeah, they're still there.
I've got some, like, things that look like infinity screws, but not exactly, that spin in the wind. Out there. And the last real windy day, I think when the snowstorm was coming in, the wind took one of them off the hook it was on. I lost a lawn flamingo in the snowstorm though. Sad about that. Its leg snapped off. And I was gonna try to repair it, except I guess the ground is frozen in the planter box that it's in, because I tried yanking on the legs and could not get them out of the planter box. I have no idea why I couldn't get them out. I was like pulling with all of my weight on them and they would not budge. So I don't know what the fuck happened there. I might try again in the next couple of days after the ground warms up a little bit and see if I can get it out of there now. Maybe I can. Okay, so we got a thin spot here. We'll see. I'm okay that that one died though. That was a cheaper one that we had picked up somewhere. I didn't have high hopes for that one lasting too long because its brethren bit the dust.
It was a very cheap option to experiment and see if you could tolerate it.
Yeah, I don't know if we got that one from Amazon or if we got that one from the Dollar Tree. I don't remember where that one came from, but I'm gonna have to work on replacing my flamingo army because a couple of the baby ones are cracked. We've lost a couple from the weather and stuff. Mongo is still safely indoors. We had to bring Mongo in during the snowstorm. We had some of those dumbbell weights on his base because a good gust of wind could have knocked him over because he's pretty lightweight for being metal. And I was sitting here looking out the window at him and the wind was gusting so hard he was starting to, like, the base was lifting up even though there was weights on it, and I was like, oh. I was like, sweetie, Mongo's gonna either take flight or break. So we brought him in and he's gonna be inside at least until we come back. I don't really have a place I can keep him inside at the moment. I wish I did. But alas, I do not have a place I can really keep the Mongo. At least on a permanent basis. Because he's a pretty big boy. Like, his beak comes up to... well, his head's about my level. He might be ever so... well, I don't know if he's taller than me. No, we're near the same height. So he's a good 5 to 6 foot tall flamingo. Somewhere in that range. But he's definitely going to stay inside while we're gone. Especially with the mother-in-law's car not here, because I don't want anybody to walk off with him thinking nobody's here. There's gonna be somebody here. Okay. Of course, now that we did that, I like barely hear the wind now. Hope we get some kind of update on my glasses soon. I'd at least like to know where the fuck they are. Like, Russell's showed up no problem when he ordered his. I'm like, of course, mine are gonna be a problem. Of course. So Russell did get a little bit of work done on his challenge zoo last night. Not looking too bad on the back either. Alright, so we got a little bit more to fill in. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to fluff more of this. For sure. That will be a matter for when I come back, though. Or, I mean, I guess I could get to it before we leave, but... I'm more worried about getting the stuff that doesn't have a home yet in the container. So, for some reason, and I don't know why, Zuzu came in with us kind of early last night, or this morning. He usually only comes in after my mom gets up, but he showed up like way early. Like 2 or so in the morning, which we were like, okay. Sometimes he'll do that if the cats step on him under the blankets with my mom, or if he's just annoyed. He really wanted to be touching Russell last night. And we finally talked him into going down by our feet, and then he stretched out, and Russell's like, of course. Because Zuzu was blocking his leg, so he couldn't get the leg rub that I was doing to, like, his ankle area, because I couldn't reach him now. And Momo woke me up at, like, 3. I was so disoriented. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what is happening? Like, what time is it? Because it felt like I had been asleep forever, and I'm like, huh? And I grabbed my Kindle, and I checked the time, and it was 3. I'm like, dude, no. It's way too soon to be going out potty. So I resettled his blanket, gave him some pets, and that kind of settled him down a bit. And as I'm laying there, I'm like, why does it feel like someone is in my back? Like, it felt like Russell had his shoulder or something digging into my back. And I'm like, really? So I resettled and, like, scooted myself over closer to the edge of the bed so that the pressure wasn't there anymore. And I fell back asleep. And then I woke up again to Momo being fussy. Checked the time, it was 5 a.m. I'm like, okay, I'll work on getting up and taking you out. And I was moving really slow because I was really tired. And Momo knew I was moving slow and was voicing his displeasure about the speed at which I was moving, and I'm like, fine, I'm coming. I was like, you gotta give me a minute, I gotta put pants on, it's cold out. I only have shorts on. I gotta find my coat. And so by the time I got pants on and turned around to go find my coat, I looked back at the bed and I see Zuzu. His head's almost on my pillow. He's crammed in between me and Russell, and he's laying there with his eyes half open. And his head just kind of looked like a light bulb the way he was laying there. And I'm like, You're what I've been feeling in my back all night. It's been you the whole time, crammed in there, and here I thought it was Daddy's shoulder. No, it's been you. Just laying there with his look on his face of like, sup? And I'm just like, really, you dick? I was like, you couldn't lay back down further under the blankets. No. Speaking of, hi, Pupper. Hi, Happy Toes. Happy Toes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Sassy boy.
Hang on.
Sassy boy.
Give me enough time.
Sassy boy, you gotta let Daddy get up. Hey. Zuzu.
You have to give me enough time to get up, buddy. Hang on.
We understand.
We know the urge to pee and snack, but gotta give me a second.
Barky boy. He's got an attitude. He's always...
Especially lately.
Huh?
Especially lately.
Yeah, he's had quite the sassy mouth on him lately. Hardly ever makes a peep. Doesn't bark at anybody on the porch, any deliveries, no, but only specific things he seems to bark at. He's such a brat. Alright, got just a little bit more to fill in here. But I'm happy that we were able to get this far today. Especially considering I do have a big headache. Probably from the weather. And probably from being anxious to go. Like, Russell and I are ready to go. We're just like, let's go. Can't go yet. But we are ready. We are so ready. To be somewhere a little bit warmer, even if it's only marginally.
Nums is here and interested in only one thing, the food we give him.
At least he's around.
Yeah. I'm coming, oh my goodness.
They love these training treats. Russell got them. They're little tiny dog bone shapes that are peanut butter flavored. We need...
It took some effort to find training treats that weren't garbage.
Really?
Yeah. Like, the reason I grabbed those is because they're top 3 ingredients. None of them are shit the dog shouldn't have. Which is itself rare enough.
What company is that?
I don't remember.
Alright, I think... Nope. Still right there. I thought there was a little... Looking at the back, it looked like there was a thin spot on the front there. It's not too bad, but it is there. So like right here. And it's important to me that we get that filled in because the other colors coming in on top of it might pull our red fibers out a little bit in different directions that might make that thin spot be a bit more noticeable. So what do you guys think? Is this new camera treating you guys alright? Picture look okay? The lighting's about as good as I can get it for right now. We might look into getting a better ring light when we get back in a couple of months. Okay, good. Good, good. Huh? Aha. Every time I think we're good. Oh no, that's a big thin spot. Right in there. Not really a thin spot, but like a split that just didn't quite get covered. I don't think it showed on the camera, but when I like turned the fluff, the felt, I saw it. So let's just fill that in, because we've got a lot that's going to be happening around in here. So let's get that filled in there. It actually looks a lot darker on camera to me than what it looks like in person. But that might just be the way the light's reflecting back up from this shade. Alright. Just gonna brush back brush down the backside here. Okay. So, we are temporarily, oh yeah, we've got to fluff a lot more of that. A lot more of that color. Okay, let me grab our sketchbook here. Alright, where are we? That's the lighthouse. Here we are. Okay. So we do have some red wine that I want to lay in the back. Alright. It's hard to see it in the sketch. Now we're gonna pop, I keep thinking my keyboard tray is in front of me. We're gonna pop the tutorial forward just a little bit. Okay, so he's got that bright yellow. And it's gonna mix with the crimson. And he's gonna get like varying shades of yellow and orange and some lighter reds as he works his way out further. And he's gonna repeat that a couple of times. And then he kind of blends it all out. Whoop. Sorry about that. Alright, so now what's he doing? Is he blending it again? Okay, so yeah, then he took the big ass brush. And he went over the whole thing. See, he says making X's, but if you actually watch his hand, a lot of the time when he's doing that blending, he's not making an X. Okay. One of the few head-on shots we get in this. Oh, Oklahoma City's almost out of the ice. So, let me grab my bucket of fluff here. I threw all of this project's colors in a separate bucket. Okay, so grab the red wine. Right? Yeah, because the burgundy we're going to use for shadows. Okay. And what's this white stuff? What is that? Oh, it's some kind of dust or something from the cat litter bucket, I guess. Okay. Backgrounds. Okay, that was for the campfire. Okay, so now this we're gonna want to be pretty airy. Alright. So like the campfire is gonna sit around in here. Right? So alright, we can kind of just barely see the lighter red on top of this darker red. So I'm just gonna come in here and start stabbing that into place. And, you know, we might need to thicken it up a little bit. We'll see. Kind of see how it goes. So we don't want it too thick, because it's just kind of supposed to be the way that the light is playing. This isn't the only spot where this color is going to be. Like, we're going to branch it out here a bit. But in some of the sections where it's super thin, because like the real thinny, stringy lines are going to be really hard to see. They're going to kind of melt in here. So you're really only going to see where the thicker, stringy lines are. And those are going to look a little more obvious, so we kind of have to play with this a little bit. Just to kind of get the tone right. What time is it? Okay. Alright, so I keep reaching forward to grab my mouse, and I'm like, oh, where is it? I'm like grabbing air. Alright. So this is one of those times where you might need to run your fingers over it just to kind of see. I've got little gray strands from the felt base in here. So I mean, that kind of like really melted in there. So we're gonna grab some more, because it's a lot easier to add to this than to take it away if you're suddenly like, oof, I overdid. So this is gonna take a little bit of fussing. To get it to where I'm gonna be real happy with it. So like right here we're gonna have like a real thick chunky section of red. I don't know if I really wanted it that thick there, but we should have some shrubs coming up into here that will probably cover some of this. So that should be okay there. So we kind of have to work this in layers because, you know, if we just throw the yellow on here, it's not really gonna give us too many different shades. I mean, it might look a little different, but and like I could certainly try to comb some yellow into the wine color, but I don't think it's really gonna blend like paint will, so I'm gonna have to try to take a slightly different approach here. And see what we can get it to do. So like some of the colors might be a little more chunky in some spots, because I really don't want to come in here like full on blasting this red in large chunks, because I wanted it to be a little bit more subtle. Which might be a little bit harder to pull off, especially since we're using more pulled apart pieces. That is going to take a little bit more stabbing just to try to make sure that we're grabbing those, because the thinner strands are actually a little bit harder to grab. You can kind of see how some of those thinner strands are piece of gray felt backing there. You can see how like the thinner strands just kind of melt into the base color there. And like the thicker strands definitely get pulled in tighter and they stand out quite a bit more. So we're gonna have trees coming down from the top. We're gonna have trees coming up from the bottom. So a lot of this we might lose to the shrubbery. But that's okay, because, you know, hopefully it'll be there if there's like a break in the shrubs and stuff to potentially shine through. And you know, in some places, if the leaves are a little bit thicker, it could be a little bit brighter. Alright, so I'm going to turn this just so I can see it a little bit better. Get it a little bit closer to me. So this is going to be entering a hot mess stage at the moment. 100%. Hi, Momo. Why are you glaring at me? What's up? Hi. I don't have any food. You seem to be under the impression that I do. I don't have nothing. What's the matter? Hi. Hi. It's not time for me to make dinner yet. We still have like 20 minutes before dinner. Dinner not yet. Do you need your blanket fixed? Do you need a blankie fix? Hi. Hi. Yes, fingers. I don't have any food, buddy. I have nothing to give you. Mommy's doing fluff. Hi. What's the matter? Oh my goodness. What is the matter? You just went potty. What's wrong?
What's wrong?
I don't know. I'm being glared at. Like, you just went potty. Do you smell Daddy's lollipop? Is that why you think I have food?
Maybe.
Because I could smell Daddy's lollipop, and I was like, oh, what does Daddy have? I don't have nothing. And you're not getting a lollipop right now. I think he's hungry. Oh, what are you giving him for dinner? Do we have anything for him?
We've got chicken and stuff. It'll be alright.
Are we gonna have enough chicken stuff to last while we're gone?
I think so.
Do you have to show your mom again how to make it?
I'm going to the day before we leave.
Okay. Do you need to make notes for her, or?
I don't think so.
Okay. If we don't make Momo's food just right. Momo's like, what the fuck is this? And then he picks out the best stuff and leaves everything else. Zuzu just eats all of it. Zuzu's here for the snacks. Momo, on the other hand, is selective. He will take a mouthful of food and drop it on the floor outside of his bowl, if need be, in order to pick out the best pieces. Because he's a punk. That's how Momo rolls, you. Alright. You can kind of see the lighter red taken shape in there. Kinda. I just don't want it to like fully take over here. So I'm just scraping some of the fibers that have not been attached yet over into there. So I really don't know how this one's gonna come out. This could just be a disaster. We'll see. We'll see. I told you guys I'd give it a go. I'm not sure if this one's going to translate well to this medium, but we'll just kind of have to see. Your dog used to do that. You pull every single pea and carrot out of the dish like a damn child. I can't even get these guys to eat vegetables. Like, you'll see videos of some dogs like eating apple slices or carrot sticks. I put it down and they smell it and they get this look on their face of like, what the fuck? And then they'll smell it again and they're like, no, this ain't. Bless you.
Sorry.
Scared the shit out of me. Bless you. And they're like, what the fuck is this? And then they like just walk away from me like I've betrayed them. Like, no. And I'm like, I see other people's dogs eat this shit all the time, and y'all are like, no. Lady, don't even. I'll never forget the video that we took, and I don't think we have it anymore, of Zuzu eating cucumber.
Did we take a video?
I thought we did.
I didn't think we did.
Where...
I was too busy laughing.
Oh, maybe. He took a bite out of it and like made a face and spit it out and dropped it on the floor in front of him, and then went back and took another bite and then did the same thing with like half a cucumber.
I mean, he was licking his lips as he did it too.
But he like had this look on his face like it was the most disgusting thing ever. But then kept going back for another bite. And I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, if you don't like it, stop eating it. You're making a fucking mess. And it was just like everywhere. I'm like, you're cleaning that up, Russell. Because it was just, he was soaked in cucumber juice, water, whatever. And there was a whole huge puddle on the floor of like cucumber pulp, and I'm just like, why?
It wasn't quite that bad. It was mostly solid.
But it was just, I'm like, dog, stop going back for more if you don't like it.
I still think he found it disturbingly refreshing.
I don't know. It was very strange, to say the least. Very, very strange. All right. Scrape this out a little bit further. Because like it looks really bright right there, but I think as we tap in, the thinner strands are gonna separate out here. And you know, we'll see how this goes as we go. So I might have to raise it up a little bit, because what I'm seeing on camera doesn't necessarily look entirely like what I'm seeing in person. But that could just be the size of my preview. Let me see here. That's not too far off. Okay. Look here, flamingo dish. Don't you go flying. Oh, looks like the wind picked back up. I can hear the wind chimes again. Over the traffic. Surprising amount of traffic out right now for a Sunday. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. It actually looks a lot more blended on camera than it does in person. So in person, see, it's a little bit more stringy, but I think as we get the other background colors laid in and then we get the shrubbery on top, I don't think it'll be too much of an issue. It was just a slightly thicker piece there that didn't brush out. Just drop that off to the side there. That's fine. Alright. So I'm just trying to pull these fibers out a bit. You know, as best as we can. So we still kind of want it to look, you know, like it's doing its own thing. So we'll see. Yeah, it's not too bad. I think we went with a good red color choice here. Looks like we might have thunderstorms the one day while we're driving, or at least they might be wrapping up by the time we get into the one city we might be stopping in. We're not sure if we're stopping there yet. I have like 3 potential cities we might be stopping in. Or we might end up winging it. We'll see what happens. We shall see. Alrighty. Okay. So yeah, that got pulled down to a much smaller bit of fluff there. And that's okay. So if we're gonna be here, kinda, alright, so we need some more stuff up in here. Okay, I'm gonna turn this guy this way. So these are like this because we kind of have like a little hill here. Oh, actually, that little bit wasn't fully attached there. Just kind of saw it sticking up in the light there. I mean, we would have gotten it eventually, but so this is gonna be like a little hill guy, and same thing with this. So that's why those are sort of shaped like that at the moment. Okay. So tomorrow we'll still be doing an art stream. We'll be working on this still tomorrow. Now this one was fairly simple for him. Fairly. Because it seemed like he got done a few minutes early and was just kind of fussing with it. At least that's what it seemed like when I was kind of skipping through the tutorial a bit before. Okay, so let's do that. Alright, we still have a few loose bits here, which is what I thought we had going on. Okay. And that wind chime's having a good old time out there. Okay, so I think that's a good place to stop today. Tomorrow we'll finish adding in our red color, our lighter red color in over here. And then we'll see about starting to add in some of our flecks of oranges in the background, and there's a little bit of yellow that happens in the background right here too before we really get into the fire itself. But we're nowhere near the fire yet, so tomorrow, yeah, we'll finish with this lighter red color over in here, and then I believe we have we might add just a little bit of some of our oranges, very so slightly, like in through here maybe, and then we'll start our background trees and stuff, and we'll figure it out as we advance the tutorial. I've got all kinds of fluff stuck to my band-aid now. But that's the plan for tomorrow. I know we're not scheduled to do anything Tuesday, but we might be taking a look at something as a bonus stream. We'll see how I'm feeling on Tuesday, but that might be what we end up doing. So I thank you guys for hanging out with me this afternoon. I greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to follow the socially do's down below. We've got links to the Ko-fi, the Instagram, the Twitter, and the YouTube. I'll try to schedule some of the things to go live while we're away on YouTube, just the VODs from over here if I think of it. Or if I have time before we go. I might not have time, we'll see. But yeah, we'll pick this back up tomorrow. You guys have a good night. Stay warm, stay dry. Tie yourselves to something if it's gonna be windy. And I will see you all tomorrow.